Hi everyone, I am Siti Fatima Pianding and I am from Bitivited Electrical Technology 1. And today, we will be discussing the Lesson 1 Service Information and Vehicle Identification of the Unit 4 Vehicle Information. So, a little information, accurate and relevant information can provide a significant benefit specifically to owners. Information servicing and vehicle identification plays a crucial role in various aspects of the automotive industry, from ensuring safety and regulatory compliance to improving customer experience and facilitating efficient maintenance. We are able to discover new things with that information, and it will influence what we currently know. So buckle up as we dig more about this service information and vehicle identification and its significance to the owners of the vehicles. So first, let's take a look at our objectives. First is identify. Identify the different sources and formats of vehicle service information and guidelines for using a manufacturer's service information. Second is demonstrate. So demonstrate the proper location of the common locations of vehicle codes and how to read the codes. Third is evaluate. Identify the different components of a plate number and evaluate the significance of official receipt (OR) and certificate of registration or the CR. So before we jump off to our lesson proper, we have our pre-activity. This pre-activity will measure if you have a prior knowledge to our topic for today, since these words will be used in our topic for later. So the activity is called jumbled letters. I'm sure this activity is already familiar to you since it is being used in our generation today. So the instruction is just simple. Arrange the jumbled letters to form the correct word. You have the definition in each word to easily identify the words that are being described. You may write your answers on the comment section of this video. So, number one, the definition states that the word is a thing used for transporting people or goods. You may answer in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you answered vehicle, then you're correct. Number two, the definition states that the word is an action of helping or doing work for someone. You can answer in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you answered service, then you're definitely correct. So now let's go on to our item number 3. It is facts provided or learned about something or someone. You may answer in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you answered information, then you are correct. Now let's go on to number 4. It is a system of words, letters, figures, or other symbols substituted for other words, letters, and etc. You may answer in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you answered codes, then you're definitely correct. And for the last one, we have it is a person or company that makes goods for sale. What is it? You may answer in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you answered manufacturers, then you're definitely correct. Now we are done with our activity part. Let's now move on to our analysis. And now we are here in our analysis part. So this part, we analyze the words that we have answered earlier. We have here 4 questions. And these questions are open-ended questions in which you can answer freely with the ideas that comes on your mind. So the first one is, what have you observed with the formed words? You can answer on the comment section below for these questions. Next is, which of these words are you familiar with? Third, Which of these words you struggled answering or identifying with? And for the last one, for you, what does these words imply? So now we have, I guess we have already finished this analysis part, and you did a great job for answering the questions. And now, finally, we are here in our discussion proper. So now, let's give our focus to the first topic of our lesson, the vehicle service information. So the vehicles today are so technically advanced that we really need a vehicle service information as guidelines for us to know our purchases. So a technician must know how to locate and read these very important information. Under the vehicle service information, we have the sources. So the first one is vehicle manufacturers publish service information. Service information means any statement or document or any other form of communication, whether it is verbally or written. This contains very helpful information that might help the purchaser with the vehicle they purchased. So this service information was being published by vehicle manufacturers for each model year of the vehicles they manufacture. The second is the professional general service manuals. So we all know that we can easily locate repair shops in our community or in our country as a whole. So every repair shops has or uses these professional general service manuals to help them guide them because it contains information for many domestic, specifically those foreign cars produced over several years. So this is very helpful for them in doing their works. So the third one is the aftermarket specialty manual. So this is commonly being seen in the bookstores because it is being sold there and it may cover one model of vehicle produced over several years. Next is the owner's manual. This is very common when you are purchasing a car or a vehicle because it is being provided by the vehicle manufacturer. It has the significant information that you will be needing, and usually it is stored in the glove compartment. And the last is, of course, if you still need other information that the library of the shop cannot provide, you can search on the sites on the internet. It has the most up-to-date information, and it can recall information from many years prior for buying your vehicle. And also, it has information about issues that you need to address in your vehicle. Now, still under the vehicle service information, we have the formats. So, beside printed manuals, you can access service information for use on computer hard drives, networks, and CD-ROMs. So, other than what I've stated, you can also access these using computerized information rather than printed materials because it saves space. In addition to that, accessing the information in a computer is much easier and save times in today's generation. So we already have learned about the different formats and sources. And now let's move forward to using the manufacturer's service information. It is very essential that we get familiar, especially the purchasers, with the components of the service information and how they carefully organize this information because doing so will greatly help the purchaser in locating the information quickly. In the manufacturer service information, they have what we call the general information section. From the word general information, it contains the vehicle information such as the identification, the basic maintenance of the vehicle, and the lubrication. In the identification part, it has the vehicle identification number in which it has the data about the vehicle. So if they have the general information section, they also have the important part or the important section, which is the repair section. It has the detailed procedures of all the troubleshooting, the inspecting, testing, and the layout of each system of the vehicles. So specifically, they have the detailed procedures for diagnosing, inspecting, on how to test the vehicle, and repairing the systems in case of malfunctions. These sections also include the following features. First is it has the illustration of the exploded views or the internal parts of the vehicle as well as the steps in the procedure. Next is it also has the diagrams showing the layouts of the hoses or circuits of the vehicle. And lastly, it has the diagnostic or troubleshooting charts for systematically finding the source of the problem in case an issue arises with the vehicle. So, after getting to know about the manufacturer service information and its components, its parts, and how they are being carefully organized, the next one is it is a must remember for a purchaser before performing a procedure. Do not hastily perform the procedure without any better understanding and overview of what is required because it might worsen the issue or it might worsen the situation of the vehicle. The next one is it is also must be remembered that the purchaser must be careful to do all the steps in a procedure and perform them in the correct order. The manufacturer provided a step-by-step procedure for a reason. Missing steps or performing them out of order may cause unsuccessful results, and from what I've said, it may result to an issue or it may worsen the situation. So we are done about vehicle service information, the first topic. The second is using the manufacturer service information. And for the third one, we have the locating and reading the vehicle codes. So just like as students in the university, we are required with our identification cards as well as we were given an identification number for us to be uniquely identified, and this number cannot be copied by any other students. And the same way with the vehicles. In the early 1980s, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration began requiring vehicle manufacturers to identify each vehicle made for highway used with the VIN. The VIN, as we recall, it is the Vehicle Information Number. And it also has the same reasons of why the students in the university are required to have this one. So in case of identification, it will be easily located. A quick information about vehicle information number is that it is a code with the 17 characters, letters and numbers that is permanently affixed with a vehicle and is typically found in several locations on a vehicle. Some of the common locations are listed below. You can read it on the screen. And the VIN uniquely identifies a vehicle and provide a great deal of information about the vehicle's origin. So let's take a look of the example of a VIN. So this is an example of a template of a VIN or the vehicle information number. So each letter corresponds a specific information. Note that for help in regarding the VIN for a specific vehicle, you can refer to the general service information so that you can easily identify and understand the different letters that corresponds with its information. So aside of VIN, there is also what we call the engine serial number and identification number or code, and it is generally stamped on the engine block. The exact location of these numbers only depends on the manufacturer, so it varies. The reason why there is an engine code is because it provides the technicians the specifications or informations needed for the vehicle's engine, such as the horsepower rating and whether the engine was designed for a manual or an automatic transmission. And now let's tackle about plate numbers of the vehicles. So in the plate numbers, we have the color coding for each vehicle and it really varies with different locations. So you can see on the screen the required plate size and the letter height of each plate numbers. As you observe, different regions has different designated color coding in their plate numbers. And you can also see that each regions have different places or locations on which they will put their color coding. So from the region NCR to the region 5, the color codings must be put in the upper portion of the plate number. Meanwhile, the region 6 up to the last region, the color coding must be put in the bottom part. So you can see on the screen the specific color codings in each region in the Philippines. So you can observe that the region NCR has the white color coding, the region 3 has the blue, the region 7 has the red, and then the region 10 has the green. Um, There is the similarity between Region 1 and Region 10 as we can observe. However, in Region 1, the color coding was put on the upper portion, meanwhile or the Region 10 has the color coding on the bottom portion of the plate number. So there is really a differences and they are not really the same. So for a much clearer view, these are the specific color strip placement for each region. From the NCR to the 5, as I repeat, there is for the NCR the white, the CIR or the car has the pink, the region 1 has the green, the region 2 has the gray, the region 3 is blue, the region 4A is purple, the region 4B is orange, the region 5 is red, the region 6 is brown, the region 7 is red, the region 8 is orange, the region 9 is blue, the region 10 is green, the region 11 is gray, the region 12 is purple, and then the last region is color pink. So let's not forget that there is a specific location, as what I've mentioned, about the location of the colors in the color coding so that both plate numbers from each location will not be mixed up or will not be the same. So, for another information or additional information about motor vehicle plate registration or the renewal schedule for each vehicle plate number, you can observe on the screen there is an example template in which it shows that the last digit of your plate number corresponds to the month that you need to renew your vehicle. The second to the last digit of your plate number, on the other hand, corresponds to the weekly deadline. So it might be 1st to 7th or 8th to 12th. It really depends on the schedule designated. So for more information, you can refer to the module or you can search it up in the internet. Moving forward for the last topic, which is the official receipt and certificate of registration, or what we commonly know as the ORCR. So let's break them into smaller parts. The OR is the LTO issued official receipt. So this is a document issued by the Land Transportation Office in the Philippines, which is a confirmation of your vehicle's registration payment as it presents your name and the fee on it. Meanwhile, the CR or the Certificate of Registration, it is a document issued again by the Land Transportation Office, but it confirms your ownership, the owner's full name and address towards the vehicle. So in conclusion, the OR serves as a proof of payment for registration fees and other taxes, while the CR is a legal document affirming that a vehicle is duly registered with the Land Transportation Office. Together, the ORCR established the vehicle's legitimacy and owner's compliance with legal requirements. So finally, we officially ended our discussion for today. Now for the application or for the assessment, it will be answered through a Google form which will be provided later. Thank you for watching and I hope you've learned a lot from this video about the vehicle service information, the using manufacturer's service information, and the plate numbers, as well as the color codings and other information. So that's all. Thank you and have a good day.